Good morning out there in the DFS community. It's Vaughn, the Stat Man, coming into your YouTube airwaves, and welcome to the Stat Room. Woo! How is everybody doing this wonderful morning? All right, ladies and gentlemen, so before I get into my picks, let me introduce myself. Guys, I am Vaughn the Stat Man. You can follow me on Twitter at Vaughn the Stat Man. And guys, check out the website, vaughnthestatman.com. Guys, I'm going to do an in-depth analysis of this slate. But before I do that, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to me. So that way you won't miss my future videos. And I'm going to try to do this in 10 minutes or less. I don't want to take up a lot of you guys' time, but I want to make sure that I bring value to everyone that's watching this video. All right, guys, so let's get right into it, guys. We have a big slate on tap today. We have a 14-game slate. So before I give you my four horsemen, I'm going to go through and I'm gonna give you the games that I like and why. All right, so Los Angeles is on the road against Washington. In this matchup, you have a really good pitcher in Ryu, who has a 1.76 ERA, which is the best in the majors. Now, he's not a high strikeout pitcher, but he does get a lot of ground balls and pop outs. But Sanchez gives up a lot of hard contact, so I think that the Dodgers has a shot to open this game up. Atlanta at Philly. You have two teams with two good pitchers. Soroka is Atlanta's young pitcher. He's absolutely been phenomenal. Arrieta has been good as well, but not as good as Soroka. Atlanta and Philly can both hit, and this is a hitter's ballpark, so this game has a shot to be one of those 7-6 games. I actually like both bats in this matchup, so that's a good game to have a total game stack. Now, Tampa Bay at Toronto. Toronto was hitting the ball well, but they have come back to earth over the past few games. Now, they started the season just blasting people, but now they've come back down to earth. Tampa Bay was just embarrassed at home by Boston, so I think that they're going to have a lot to prove, and they're going to come out and show Toronto that they are the superior team. Next, you got Pittsburgh at the New York Mets. Now, if anybody that's watched this video played sports before, an athlete loves to target you when you're weak. That's the thing in sports. That's why you watch film. That's why you study, is because you want to see the weakness in that team and you attack it. That's how you win in sports. That's why Belichick is the best coach with the Patriots. He finds where you're weak and he attacked that weakness. So if you look at the New York Mets, they have a pitcher-friendly ballpark, but their pitcher has been out since July the 7th. That means he hasn't been able to work on his craft. All of these other professional top-notch athletes have been slugging away every day. And I like to target pitchers that's coming off of the injury list because they don't be sharp the first couple innings. I think Pittsburgh will put up 3 to 4 runs in the first inning, but I don't really know who's going to win because both of these teams have trouble scoring on offense. Next, you got the New York Yankees at the Boston Red Sox, and the Red Sox absolutely crushed the New York Yankees yesterday, but that is not reality. That was more of an outlier. That was more false because the Yankees just came off a grueling series against another superior team. The Yankees and the Minnesota Twins are two of the most superior dominant teams in Major League Baseball, and they had a slugfest, guys. Whether you like baseball or not, that was just a wonderful series to watch. Those two teams went at it. And I think it took a lot of energy out of the New York Yankees, and they had to travel the very next day to play their arch rival. Boston just sitting at home chilling because they just destroyed Tampa Bay. So they sitting there like, yeah, come on, Yankees. Come on. We know you don't have no gas. And that's what happened. They just didn't have any gas in the tank. They had to start their young catcher who actually hit a home run, but the Yankees were just tired. But they won't be tired today, so I think Boston could possibly be in a little bit of trouble. Next, you have Arizona going to Miami, one of the best road teams in baseball, against one of the, I would say, above average home teams. Miami actually hits the ball better at home than they do on the road, but they are one of the worst teams in baseball because overall they can't stroke together consistency. The thing in sports is it doesn't matter what you do one day. But can you do this 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row? If you look at any good team from any professional sport, they can string together 5 and 6 day win streaks. Miami will come out and blast you one day and then just put 0 runs up 2 straight games. So they are a tough team to evaluate. Now Arizona on the road is just phenomenal. I think Arizona is gonna crush this team, but I think Miami will put up runs. This is gonna probably be a high scoring game. It might be one of the highest scoring games on the slate that goes overlooked. Next, Minnesota at the Chicago White Sox. Minnesota is just a superior team. They're gonna come in, they're gonna strike this team out, and they're gonna batter Chicago. They're gonna take their will by the 4th or 5th inning. So I think Minnesota wins easily. Chicago at Milwaukee. Milwaukee was a team that was absolutely crushing the ball at home. And as of late, that hasn't been the case. But the Chicago Cubs are starting to really find their rhythm. And ever since they put Schwarber at the leadoff spot, this team has really come together. They got Baez, they got Bryant. They have a really, really tough team to strike out. And I believe in Milwaukee, which is a hitter's ballpark. Don't be shocked if Chicago puts up the most runs of any team on this slate. Next, you got Cleveland at Kansas City. I love this game for pitchers only because this is definitely a pitcher's ballpark. Now, this is one of the ballparks that absolutely has a high hit rate. Like, you'll be shocked. It's not a high home run rate, but there's a lot of singles, doubles, and triples because the field is so spacious that runners get a lot of hits and they keep the ball in play. So this is the game where it might be high scoring as far as with hits, but maybe not runs. Next, you got Houston at St. Louis. Now, St. Louis was a team that everybody was laughing at a week ago, and I was looking at this team like, this team is starting to hit the ball. They're not a joke anymore. They're starting to click. They're starting to come together. The guys are starting to play as a team. Some guys are starting to accept their roles. See, the difference between the good teams and the bad teams is that the bad teams, everybody want to make hero plays. The good teams, guys like, you know what? I hit singles, and I'm going to hit singles. I'm not going for the home runs. Goldsmith is the home run hitter, and these guys are starting to stick to the script, and now you're starting to see the wins. Houston is just dominant. I mean, there's not a lot of anything bad to say about them. Almost all of their batters can hit, so this should be a high-scoring game as well. This might be a 10-9 type game. Next, Texas at Oakland. Oakland doesn't hit righties well, and Texas has their ace on the mound who is a righty. I expect this to be a lopsided victory for Texas. Next, you got Baltimore at Los Angeles. Now, Baltimore beat this team yesterday, but I think Baltimore and Los Angeles will have a more competitive game. What I mean by that is not going to be a 10-8 or 8-9 game. It's going to be more of a 5-4 game. I don't really like San Francisco at San Diego. This is a game that is going to be ugly, but I think that San Diego will win because they have better bats than San Francisco, and Detroit is just a mess, so stack Seattle. All right, guys, so now let me go right into my 4 horsemen, guys. I'm going to give you my pitcher, and the pitcher that I love today will be how do you say this name? Let me see. A grizzle. That is a grizzle. All right, now a grizzle. Against lefties, he's only given up 0.83. That means that he's not even giving up 1 run for every left-hand bat. Now, he is giving up a batting average of a 389 against righties, but he's only giving up 1 home run, and he's in a hitter's ballpark. Next, I'm giving you Goldsmith. He is just on a tear, and I believe he keeps that going. And if anybody knows about Nunez, this guy absolutely hits better against the right-handed pitchers than he do against the lefties. So I love Nunez in this matchup. And last, but not least, the boomstick play of the night is none other than Didi Gregorius. Expect the Yankees to come out on fire, and lefty bats do absolutely phenomenal in Boston. And I think Gregorius will be my boomstick play of the night and go yard for us. All right, guys, so that's it, guys. If you made it this far, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And when you're ready to invest, all of my information will be in the comments section and description section of this video. So, guys, that's it, guys. I am on to today, and good hunting in all of your DFS contests today. Love you guys. Hey, everybody, this is Vaughn the Stat Man. And I just wanted to send a positive word out to everybody. I know that everybody that's watching this video, you want to be better people, you want to grow, you want to expand, and I know you want to be successful. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to have patience, you have to have persistence, and you got to be dedicated. You have to really go at it 100%. And you have to just take a leap of faith, ladies and gentlemen. Take chances. You're going to make mistakes, but make them big. If you don't jump, you'll never have success, ladies and gentlemen. And success is something that we all can obtain. You have to see a goal, you write it down, because then it put the onus on you to make something happen. So ladies and gentlemen, just stay focused and you'll obtain all that you desire. Love you guys.